Time is perhaps our most precious resource. Once we spend time, we can never get it back. Much consideration is given to not wasting time. In business, this is most often reflected in the adage, time equals money. Let us examine this idea. The assumptions embedded in the idea that time equals money are so profound that they impact how we think about sales. The most significant impact is when sales are viewed as transactions, discrete or one-time events. And it suggests these sales will be managed through a sales process that will track them through a series of defined stages, attach probabilities to closing the sale, attach an expected dollar value to the sale, and monitor or indicate due dates and action steps to be taken. A selling-buying cycle is created where the client or customer and the product or service are both seen as quantifiable units to be measured in the process. Within the cycle, if an action can't be assigned with a date put on it or a value assigned to it, then that action doesn't exist. It is a waste of time. When the cycle is completed, the sale is either accepted or rejected. The client or customer may come back, however, they become a new event within a new cycle. And this describes most modern-day CRM systems, sales metrics, and sales management processes. They are built around discrete, separate, trackable events. More events are better. With this way of thinking, a good salesperson is someone who can complete the most discrete events in the shortest or minimum amount of time, almost like a race. When sales as events are the measure of efficiency, time is not on our side. Time is being wasted if we are not adding clients or customers to the top of the funnel and creating new events or more sales at the bottom. In this case, time is our enemy as we want to spend as little time as possible on each event to maximize the total number of events or sales we can create. Taking too long on one event is a waste of time. Relationships are seen only as a means to an end to get to the desired outcome, the sale. What if there was another way to think about sales? What if sales weren't looked at as discrete or single events? What if they were looked at as a pattern of events? What if a sale was about a relationship or a connection instead of a transaction? If this were the case, we wouldn't talk about individual events or transactions, but about building relationships and connections. Individual transactions would then be seen as the measure of success of the relationship. Instead of being seen as the end of a relationship, transactions or sales would become the means. When relationships are the measure of efficiency, time is on our side. Time invested in relationships and building connections will maximize sales revenue in the long term. For a lot of businesses, the transactional model of sales as one-time events works just fine. For any business where, in general, the customer comes to them, a short-term, quantitative, transactional sales strategy is exactly what is needed. Think of a convenience store or a department store, for example. However, for any business that needs to find customers or clients on an ongoing, long-term basis, businesses, for example, that provide professional and intangible services or high-ticket business-to-business sales, the reverse is true. Focusing on maximizing the number of sales events or transactions that can be created in the minimum amount of time is likely to lead to disastrous results. Instead, focusing on a longer-term, qualitative sales strategy by building and improving meaningful relationships and connections will lead to the repeat business, loyalty, and referrals that they need. This will generate the long-term revenue that these types of business desire and need. It just takes some time.